I don't remember when I stopped talking at dinner. It wasn't some big dramatic moment, no defiant fork slammed against ceramic, no sudden defiant announcement. It just faded. A slow, insidious withdrawal, like a radio signal slipping imperceptibly out of range, the once clear voices becoming static, then silence. One day, the soft clinking of cutlery meant something, a rhythm to the shared meal. The next, it was just noise, background hum against a new, insistent glow. I looked around the table, the familiar faces of my family now bathed in an unfamiliar cold light. Every head was bent, every face illuminated by a private, flickering screen. Blue light, everywhere. A cool, artificial luminescence that bleached out the warm tones of the dining room, creating a mosaic of detached faces. Not one pair of eyes looking up, meeting another's gaze. Once, dinner meant stories. Laughter, shared anecdotes, the easy ebb and flow of conversation. Now it was just individual silos of silence, each person encased in their own digital bubble. The vibrant hum of connection was replaced by the silent, mesmerizing glow of screens, each scroll a tiny, private world. I stopped pointing at stars. The summer nights, once filled with the magic of identifying constellations, became just a dark blur outside my window. Stopped tracing lines in shared books, the tactile pleasure of paper and ink replaced by smooth glass. My fingers, they learned to scroll. Fast, smooth. A fluid, automatic motion, like it was all they were ever made to do, an extension of an unseen digital current. And no one noticed. The quiet hum of indifference was almost palpable, a low, constant vibration in the air. The silence wasn't empty, it hummed with apathy, with the profound isolation of people lost so deep in their own digital bubbles, so engrossed, they didn't realize the room had gone hollow, the shared space evaporated. Even me. I was just another face in the mosaic of flickering light, my own eyes glazed, my mind somewhere else, chasing fleeting dopamine hits. Sometimes I'd lie in bed, eyes wide open, the phone inches from my face, its light a harsh, constant companion in the darkness. No plan, no goal, just more. More reels, a hypnotizing, endless loop. More drama, manufactured conflicts played out on a tiny screen. More noise, a cacophony of curated sounds and voices that drowned out my own thoughts. The clock would tick past 1 a.m., then 2, a silent march of lost hours. But I wouldn't blink, not because I wasn't tired, I was bone-deep weary, but because I didn't want to be alone with my thoughts, the unwelcome echoes of my own silence. Eventually, my phone would slip from my fingers, a silent descent, land softly beside me, and I'd fall asleep, not resting, just passing out, a heavy, unrefreshing oblivion. Mornings were the worst. I'd show up to school like a shadow, a muted, indistinct form moving through the vibrant, noisy hallways. My eyes burning, gritty and tired, refusing to focus. Shoulders heavy, weighed down on by an unseen burden. My brain foggy, like I was trying to think and move underwater. Every action sluggish and distorted. Math problems blurred together on the page, the numbers dancing illegibly. The words in textbooks looked like static, meaningless squiggles, refusing to form coherent thoughts. And I'd just stare, my gaze fixed but unseeing, pretending to read. Pretending to care about the quadratic equations or the historical dates, but mostly pretending to be awake, pretending to be present in a world I no longer truly inhabited. I laughed at voices I'd never meet, hollow, disembodied sounds through my ever-present earbuds. Watched strangers live lives I didn't dare touch, perfectly curated adventures and achievements that felt impossibly distant from my own mundane existence. Played games that never ended, endless cycles of victory and defeat, each level blurring into the next until only the relentless loop remained. But even with all that constant stimulation, all that digital company, I felt alone. Not lonely for someone specific, not a yearning for a particular friend or loved one, but lonely in the kind of way that makes you forget you exist, a profound sense of self-erasure, a quiet fading into the background hum of the internet. At school, earbuds in, always. A constant, almost invisible barrier. Not for music, not for noise canceling, just silence. My own self-imposed quiet, a deliberate severing of connection. A shield against the unpredictable, overwhelming real world. One day in history class, the teacher asked a question, his voice cutting through my self-imposed isolation. I knew it, knew the answer. It was on the page, right in front of me, a fact I had passively absorbed. But my brain, it just lagged, like a computer trying to process too many tasks at once, a system that hadn't booted up properly. My mouth opened, a silent, almost desperate gasp for air, but nothing came. The words just wouldn't form, stuck. Then someone else answered, their voice clear and confident, filling the void. And I sank lower in my seat, a slow, deflating motion, like I was buffering in real life, frozen in a perpetual state of loading. Teacher said my name. Once. Then again, with a slight edge of impatience. Twice. Sometimes 3 times, their voices carrying a note of resignation. Then they stopped trying, their gazes moving on, marking me as another lost cause, another unreachable student. I turned in work late, or not at all. My excuses were practiced, bland. Wi-Fi issues. I'd mumble, my voice flat, devoid of emotion. No one questioned it. They just moved on, their shoulders slightly slumped, accepting my detachment as an immutable fact. Then one day, my phone died. No charger, no backup, no battery life, just me, in the cafeteria, alone, and really alone this time. I could hear it all, forks against trays, conversations overlapping, soda cans snapping open. It was loud and real, too real. I tried looking up, eyes raw in the brightness of life I hadn't seen in days. And that's when I noticed no one was looking back, because I'd never looked at them. I left the cafeteria, wandered toward the quietest place I knew, the staircase near the old library. It creaked, and it smelled like old books and metal railings. No one sat there, so I did. A pencil I forgot to return to my math teacher was in my hoodie. There was a crumpled flyer on the ground. I flattened it and started drawing, first lines, then shadows, then a face, my face. Sort of, tired, a bit messy, a little lost, but definitely there. And that felt new. I came back the next day, same spot, same stairs, sketchpad this time. Each page became a way to say something I couldn't explain out loud. Even if nobody saw, it felt like I was finally listening to myself. After a week, I showed one drawing to my history teacher. He paused, then smiled. A real one. "You've got something here," he said. That night, I deleted 3 apps, kept one, but changed how I used it. I posted my sketch, no caption, no filter, just me. Someone commented, "Same." That was it, just 4 letters. But it hit harder than all the likes in the world, because for the first time, I wasn't chasing attention, I was offering truth. The next morning in class, something felt different. The hum of the lights didn't buzz so loud in my head. The teacher's voice didn't make me flinch inside. I actually heard the question he asked, and the words landed. They made sense. They connected. Without thinking, without even doubting, I raised my hand. I spoke. Not perfectly. My voice caught a little, stumbled, but it came out. I tried. I participated. And for once, I wasn't buffering. I wasn't stuck. I wasn't frozen in place while everything moved around me. I was here, now, in this room. Breathing the same air as everyone else. My head felt clearer, not empty, but focused. The fog that used to sit behind my eyes, it lifted, quietly. I looked at the textbook, and the words weren't just lines anymore. They formed meaning, ideas, real things. And the ache in my eyes, that dull, scratchy weight from screen after screen after screen, it had faded. Not gone, but softer, manageable, real. The staircase is still mine, so is the sketchpad. And now, I scroll less, look up more, not because I'm fixed, but because I finally noticed that the real world, it's messy. But so am I, and that's okay.